All right. Let's move around. Yeah. Yeah, these automatically come on. You have to literally cut them off. We got one person in here. We're out on a little lake. Uh-oh. And we're starting to see some signs of topwater. Man, I really hope. So, first off, whoever it is in here, tell me A, can you hear me? B, what's the reception? Now we're up to 10 people. What's going on, Mr. Penley? Hey, Jeremy, I've got to talk to you. I will call you later today because I need you to maybe come in early for me one day. Hey, can you guys hear me? Can you see me? This is a StarLlink test. I'm trying to drive a boat, not run over trees while I'm talking to you. Looking good. Can you hear me good? I've got the new DJI, yeah, that's right, mic on. See, right, somewhere there. So we're gonna do a little bit of fishing this morning. This is a lake where you never before could I stream on, and we've had some really great topwater days here. And we're kind of looking for some offshore. This is a smaller lake, and I don't even ask. I ain't even gonna tell you. I ain't even gonna tell you where I'm at because it is a smaller lake that I grew up fishing. The locals know. Please say it in the comments, please. It's enough pressure, and if we catch some bass today, trust me, it'll blow up and there'll be 20,000 people up here. And I don't mind, come catch fish, but you know, I just like to milk it for as long as I can milk it, you know what I'm saying? So I'll show you a little something. Sounds good, look good. B-Dog, what's up? Vaughn, what is going on? Gary, what's up? Jeremy, my guy. All right, I'm gonna spin y'all around a little bit and show you what I'm looking at on my giraffes. So I'll show you this one to start with. So what we're doing is there's a road bed that runs down through here. And so we can see a few that are pulled out here in the middle. Here's some, there's a tree we just went over back there. Here's some. So what I'm really, and this is how close to the bank I am, this is basically anywhere else, this is gonna be like a big creek arm. So, you know, what we're doing right now is we're just kind of going down this creek arm. We're looking, we got it set at about 75. Now, I did make some adjustments. I'll show you what my settings are here. Brightness, that's what I use that the most. So, you know, we'll cut it up, but now it'll blow out because we are, as you can see, in the mountains. So it'll blow one side out. You can see the road bed right there, and I'll actually cut this down just a little. Some small balls of shad. There's some brush pile. See that tree right there? It comes way out there, so you can see it real well right there. So that black is actually the old road bed right there. There's the bank where they cut it in and it drops off. We're just down in the creek channel, and you can see it drops off a little bit deeper over there. So that's what we're looking at right now. Thomas, what's going on? McNutt, what's up? Thank you. It is a lifelong dream to be able to get the boat. Check out the new Boat Effects graph mounts. Man, these things are so adjustable. But we're getting ready to come up on a point here, and so this is kind of my summer routine. I fish this lake a lot, and we're going to try and throw a swim bait, but right now I'm checking for any signs that they're starting to school up here, which I've fished this lake so long. I fished this lake as a kid, way before, you know, fancy graphs like this. I actually learned a lot of what I learned with a flasher that I had, and so what we're going to do, and this lake is a small lake. It's like 7-8 miles long, and it's all no wake. So you're not going to see me flying around on this lake today, but we are testing the StarLlink out. This is something that I've always wanted to do, especially when the bite gets real good up here, is do some live streams, and you can see a few. The creek channel runs down through here, straight through here, bounces off the hillside that I was just in, and I'm going to check this little holler right here, because sometimes they'll set in it and we'll get a little bit of grass, just a tiny bit, growing up around the edge right there. But you know, we're gonna head on up lake just a little bit. We're gonna try and throw, because the bluegills are on the bed. You can see the water temp is 77.51, which is nice. That means that's pretty high for this lake. Actually, this lake, a lot of times in the hottest of the summer, you'll never see this lake get above 76 to 78 degrees. I've seen some summers where this is so high up on the mountain that this lake will never reach. You can see the grass coming in right there. It's off to this side. Look, there's got to be some bait back here, baby. We got a long leg fish eater. Let's see, maybe one bass hanging over top of it. Probably not very big. A long neck, long leg fish eating machine. I know y'all didn't, I just lost subscribers. I'm sorry. I'll never do it again. You see maybe some crap eye hanging out in that tree there. We got a little stick up. Funny story, there used to be a stick up right there. And the first time I ever threw an A-rig, the first catch I ever had was on that old stick up, and it was 2 smallmouth. I doubled up on smallies on that stick up. So earlier spring in the year. Now they are giving some rain for today and some possible thunderstorms later in the day. I don't know how long we're going to be on here. We're going to you know, just kind of ride around, get up and do some fishing. Some fishing right there, said some hanging off that bank. A couple, but to be honest with you, it's kind of what I was expecting today. I was expecting, you know, these fish to be a little more scattered because of the bluegill and the shad. Shad probably just wrapped up the spawn. They may still be spawning at night. You get a lot of guys that are coming up here right now having some pretty good days on fishing at night. And by the way, man, any comments, man? Good morning, what's going on, Rich? Any questions you guys got, man, throw at me. I'm more than happy to answer them, talk about stuff. We'll try and do some fishing for an hour or so, and you know, BS around. So, but right now we are just kind of fishing around. I'm gonna go right over here and start on this point, throw a little bit of a buzz bait. If I start seeing some chase, I may pick up the snappy crappie. I just want to throw a buzz bait right now, just to be honest with you. Just cause if I can get a topwater bite. Right now I'm gonna start with top. I'm gonna start with a buzz bait this morning. And then I'm gonna start, it's called a snappy crappie, it's by Duo. And it is a, if I see that they're not really in the mood to chase that bait, even with it weighted, a little bit of weight on the hook, and I might put a little bit more on there. It's a multi-joint swim bait, and what I may end up doing is taking it and putting a little more weight on it. There's something popping right there in front of me. Let's see what I see here. Might just be some little fish. All right. But anyway, what I'm gonna do is, if they're not in the mood really to chase that buzz bait, like if they're coming and they're looking at it but it's moving a little too fast, what I'm gonna probably end up doing is picking up a popper or picking up a that snappy crappie and moving. We had a pretty good day on it about 2 days ago, early in the morning. So, all right, I'm gonna give this over to Mike, and I'm gonna stand my big rear end up and do some fishing. Okay, that's fine. All right, geeks, y'all just tell me if you can still hear me. Mike, if you'll watch for me. All right, good. Yeah, that's good. You can sit down back there. Whoa. All right. So for you all that don't know, StarLlink apparently does work well in the mountains, because man, we in the mountains today. That's my bad. I'm playing with my trolley motor. Yeah, I like traps. This water right now is probably like where that buzz bait is. It's probably already 15 to 20 feet. Like I'm sitting in 27 foot of water right now. So a trap for me in most of the lakes that I fish, it's really a spring bait or a grass. No, don't go in there. Oh yeah, and I just ruined that tree. I ain't thrown a buzz bait in a while, guys, so my accuracy, this is a new rod too. This is a Fitzgerald 7'3", and I just got it wrapped up in what we call a laurel bush. So we'll go in and get her. Oh man, I just hate that I screwed this tree up. But really, I want to go. I do like a spinner bait, not right now. Again, I think the water's so clear and you can see how calm it is. Again, like I said, right now I can tell you factually that I am seeing somewhere in the neighborhood, yeah, I got it, of about, I'd say 8 to 10 feet to the bottom. So it's pretty clear. And this lake, unless we get a tremendous amount of rain, will, whew, God, there's something dead around here. Well, there is. You smell that? God, yeah. You better be happy this time. But so when it comes to lure selection, like if I'm going to throw a buzz bait, it's going to be before sun up. Like we're running out of time right now. You know, even truthfully, holy cow. Even truthfully, for this bait right here and for that snappy crappie, before I'm going to start picking up, you know, swim baits, you know, soft plastic baits, where I'm going to go to fishing a little bit deeper. And believe it or not, top water. Now, the one thing I found on clear lakes is that as long as you're throwing some sort of very clear top water, you know, they will come up and look at it. But see, I can literally see that log so far out here. It's ridiculous. And the other thing is, during a cast, these fish are so, because this, we're really not fishing. Now watch, I'll catch a smallmouth, I'm sure of it when I say this. This isn't a smallmouth lake, even though there are some decent ones in here. It's really a largemouth lake. And so, oh, look at what I did there. But I even try to stay off the trolling motor. You know, I've kind of discovered that even with, and I'm trying to move quick here, so I am staying on it a little bit, but even with these fish and how spooky they are, especially when they're up shallow, that cast was short. They really, I mean, they know what's going on. And, you know, so many people, because this lake gets a lot of pressure for its size, and so many people are fishing up shallow that they are very.
Saber Outdoors said, "Good morning, BassGeek and friends."
Good morning, brother.
Good morning,
How's
Saber.
it going, Saber? But it's really, unless we get any wind or we get some cloud cover or some rain, it can be pretty tough to fish hard baits on this lake this time of year. So what I'm doing right now is targeting areas where I hope there's going to be a few of those bass still kind of hanging up shallow from the night. And I don't know if I don't, can you see that, Mike? Like, if you notice, like I'm casting into the junk. I want my buzzbait to hit stuff, to bounce off things. So I'm trying to make casts down lanes that I know I'm going to bounce into something. No. Man, we made so many pretty casts right there. But it gets deep real fast right here. Real fast. And see right there's a big one. Just swimming. Yeah, trust me. If I keep seeing what I'm seeing right now, as far as there's one or two out, some of you may hate what I'll do, but I'll definitely get a minnow out. And I don't mean a live one. So. Heck yeah. This makes me extremely happy, like extremely happy. How many we got on now? Awesome. I know it's early and I appreciate you guys being on. But for me, this really works so much better. Oh gosh, I wimped out. I wimped out right there. I ain't gonna lie about it. I wimped out on that cast. There was a beautiful lane. I may not fish this too much more down through here. Never really had a whole lot of luck down this, even though there's a bunch of beautiful laydowns. There's a road bed down through here, But I think they really use this as kind of a highway to, oh, no. Man, I'm rusty. But I think they use this primarily as a highway to get from one summer and winter spawn sort of area. Oh, I know you, man. It come up and literally just wrapped. I thought it would come up and bounce off of it, but I was like, nope. He's like, nah, man, I'm just gonna hang out here in this tree for a minute. I know you made a great cast, but you know, screw that. We're just gonna hang out in this tree. Cause I like it, dude, I like it.
Says, looks like Elon came through for you guys.
Yep, looks like Elon likes us mountain folk. Hee-haw!
I think he donated some money, $4.99.
Hey, listen, do not do that.
He said, don't do it.
I know the situation you're in, so you do not do that. Anybody else feel free, as long as you've got a solid job. Oh God, I just hit.
No crooked money, but he got 24 on it.
No, I'll take the blood money. Don't get me wrong. You know, I mean, I don't know, as long as you don't tell me. Gosh almighty. No, I got it. As long as it don't fall out right here.
Saber wants to know rod, reel, and bait brand.
This is, sorry, there's a big spider on this and I'm trying not to get eat with it. Do not run down this. Listen, I'm fat. If you see butt crack, I apologize. When I know it's gonna rain,
I'm sitting here trying to read stuff, so I wasn't paying attention if I was right.
when I know it's gonna rain, the underwear,
Said, I saw you fall in there.
the underoos stay at the house, boys. Listen, you might have got more than you planned on getting on this live stream, but if nothing else, I want to tell you the truth. Okay, rod, reel, and line. I'll just tell you. So this is a very old, look how beat up it is. That is a Cumberland Pro Lures 1/4 ounce gold blade. It's got a Bass Munitions. I forget what they call it, but it's their version of like a menace crawl. Tipped it. The rod is a 7'3", which again I recommend to most people, even though I've already been hung up twice. Generally, I'm pretty accurate. This is a new rod for my buzz bait, but I like a 7'3", 7'6" because I can use the rod tip to keep it going. I'm making long casts with it. I'm a little rusty right now because I haven't, you know, thrown a buzz bait since last year. But and this is an old Daiwa Tatula CT 8-1-1, and I'm pretty sure that one of you geeks sent this to me after I fell off Jeremy's boat.
We're talking about where you fell off.
Yeah, so when I fell off Jeremy's boat, I lost that rod and reel in the grass, and I think one of you geeks sent this to me. So if it was one of you all, tell me it was one of you all, and then thank you very much. So, all right, so let's go.
Hope we don't redo the whole.
Yeah, we're not, look, if I fall off a boat today, it's because I jumped in because it's going to be hot. But I think we're going to get enough rain that ain't going to matter. So, oh. Oh, crap. I'm sorry. Will you go pull that? This is why Mike is the greatest assistant in the world.
It says that now when it needs something.
That's very true. But
See what he says here when I break his rod.
but all right, I'm gonna spin y'all around here and talk to you a little bit. But I saw that one. Long raincoat, maybe. Yeah, and you know, these shorts, like, I'm not sponsored by Striker, but they make some good shorts and they dry up easy. No, nothing like a buzzbait bite. I'm talking and casting. I should have been paying attention to see if there were some followers or some fish showing themselves. Oh man, thank you. I don't know who just said that, Brian or Thomas. They sent me a text message and said, by the way, if you don't listen to the Basscast radio, I went on a pretty crazy rant last night. I hope Thomas never takes anything I say personal. It's just, you know, I know sometimes I get a little frustrated with where the bass fishing community has gone as of late. And I don't normally talk about this, and I'm not going to get into it, but I don't know. It seems like the hate over live scope has just unfiltered stuff. And fishing is it's where I go to have fun. It's not where I go to scratch my competition itch. It's not where I go to, because I work in the IT field, man, and that field is pretty cutthroat. And I mean, I don't mean to be mean to a lot of those guys. Me and Jeremy's had this conversation, but there's a lot of guys that got shoved into lockers that work in the IT field who get a little bit of power, and they're, you know, well, I mean, they're just a-holes, you know, I guess because somebody was mean to them at one point in time. But somebody's mean to everybody at one point in time. Get over it, you know. But fishing is where I go to get away from that stuff. It's where I go to have fun. It's where I go to do the things I want to do. And sometimes, man, if I keep seeing these pops like that right there, that was probably a bluegill, but it annoys me that I'm not throwing a walking bait. I don't even have them out on the deck yet. They're in the boat. They're not out there.
One guy said the clear spook.
Yeah. But fishing, you know, fishing to me is just, it's my me time. It's why you don't see me fish with a lot of people. It's because I don't want to have to go out. I got nothing to prove to anybody. I'm 51 years old. I don't give a damn what anybody else thinks about how I fish, what I do. I just go out and do it because I enjoy it. I enjoy catching them on different baits and different things. It's like snappy crappie. I'd never thrown one in my life until, you know, a few months back. Well, last summer, maybe? I don't know. I don't remember. But, you know, man, I mean, I want fishing to be whatever you want it to be for you, and you deserve that. But so do I, you know. And what it is for me is being in a place I feel kid and loving it out here. And it don't matter if I catch bass or not. But I mean, I really want to catch a damn bass. You know, because it's like I say, it ain't about the tournaments, it ain't about the stupid social media. It's just about getting out here. And I know at some point in time on this lake, the water is going to be on fire. It's going to be on fire with topwater. Just right out in the middle, in the weirdest way that you think you can fish for them. And man, I look forward to that every stinking year, because I have had some incredible days right here, as a matter of fact, right here, right in, yeah, anyway, I don't know, left's right, right's left, up's down, whatever, I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna turn you around, I'm gonna show you some things. So what I'm doing is I'm graphing a channel swing right now, and you can see some bass, but there's a stump. The creek channel runs right down through here, comes down, hits about right there, and there's a huge stump about the size of my boat front deck, and it sits on the edge of that channel swing, and we can see there's a few bass out here, so hopefully you can see that. But you can see some, and I'm gonna try to hit this. You'd see some brush piles. Oh yeah, look here. Holy guacamole. It may be that time of year and I don't even realize it. So, oh my gosh, look here. Holy cow. We was up here a week ago and this was not the deal. So, oh, look at all that. Look at it. Oh, you know what they say, Geek, don't leave fish to find fish, but I got to go check one more spot before we come back here. But gosh, they're set up. But they're still pretty deep. Like, you know, you can see that's 15, 20. But, yeah, swim bait, underspin. Gosh, I bet I don't even have my spoon rod with me, do I? Yeah, that looks like they're set up good, Jeremy. You better believe it. Yeah, man, that's what I really like. You know, I really like. What is that up there in the tree? Did you see that? Is that a turkey that's sitting up there roosting? I know you can't see it because I just seen it. Now there are eagles on this lake. Yeah, that's coming our way. That is coming our way. Oh yeah, I can call those up. I hope. At least get one or two. But I'm gonna go on up a little bit because if they're there, which really blows my mind because this lake, how it works is like a big creek arm, right? And this is one of the places where I've literally brought numerous people to teach them how to ledge fish. Good luck, brother. Hey, have a good day, man. Have a good day, B-Dog. You see it right there, Mike? Look at it sitting right there. Am I seeing things? That's a big old, what is that? Is that a...
It's got a red head.
Here, I'll try and show y'all. It's sitting right there. There's a bunch of trash. I think it's a big hawk. I know you can't see it, but that tree that's leaning forward, it's sitting right in it. It didn't mind us going by, though. Yeah, I believe that's a big hawk. But, you know, what's going on, Bass Quest? But this lake, and I was telling everybody about this little lake. I grew up fishing this little lake. And it's like a creek arm on any other lake is what it'd be. I don't think it was a vulture. It could have been, but
yeah, it's kind of looked like one.
Oh, was it a vulture? Okay, yeah, Mike said it was. I couldn't see it. Man, there's a lot of junk in the water today. Let's see. Saber Outdoors. I just got a low geared reel to rig with you. You think you could rig those fish? Now, Saber, what are you saying? Like a rig? Low geared rig. Oh, to a rig. Okay, I get it. Yeah, you know, most of the time I tell people if they're going to fish an A-rig, they're going to start fishing an A-rig. Now, Bass Quest will probably tell you something different because he's fishing the Tennessee River. But where I'm at and where you're at up on Cumberland, I like a slow, especially when I'm fishing in the winter to spawn, because I like to keep it close to the bottom. Now, it blew my mind. I actually talked to Bass Quest one day, and he was talking about how they use a lot lighter for like the flats and the bays on the Tennessee River. And so I just not thought about that because, you know, I'm like, sorry, Mike, I know you hate being on camera, but there's the bank and it's 26 feet. And I mean, it's probably like 20 foot over there. So everything that I fish it starts 1 foot, and 10 foot out is 10, and 20 foot out is 20, so, or 30. So what I'm gonna do right now is I've got a hard channel swing and a long point. You North and South Carolina boys would call that a shoal. And so what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to graph this spot and see if we have any bass on it. And I'll spin you around and kind of show you. Again, this is a lake I grew up fishing. It's a small lake, 6-7 miles long. All of it's a no-wake lake. But you can see we just went over a point. There's a little bit of grass. They'll set around that grass. A lot of times they won't really, you know, set in that grass. But I'm trying to get this, and I don't want to run up. You can see the point right there. And if you get too close, you will tear your prop up because it is all rock. But to get the right angle, I have to really hit it. And there's a road bed right here and a creek channel that creates a ledge. And so what we do is we just spin around from the top and we come down. Let's see what we got here. What's going on there? So right off this grass edge right here, we should, if the fish are here, there's 1, 2, uh-oh. That's what we want to see. Oh, well, there's maybe a few more. Going up, there might be some. Now here's your ledge, your old road bed, your creek channel. There, look there. That's side imaging, and that's a bunch of bass right there. So they're a little to the left, but there's at least, I don't know if you can see them, but there's a bunch right there. So you can see a few hanging out right there. A little stump, a few hanging out right there. A whole bunch right there. So we're gonna get a few more rods out. Oh, what's going on? Yeah, man, it's definitely a different lake, and these are the kind of lakes that I spend a lot of time on. And they drive me crazy because they can be so stinking hard to fish. But yeah. So I'm going to pull out a couple of rods. Might have to make a change on a couple of baits. And I've got a mess in my boat, boys. Just, you know, forgive anything you see that is it's just horrible. Forgive me. I've got stuff from last spring all the way through to the winter, and you know, it's one of those deals. It's like, okay, do I fish or do I clean the boat out? And right now, this poor boat, this Merc is getting a test because it's pretty rough. All right, let me get a couple of rods out and get some things set up. Again, if you see butt crack, forgive me. All right. Let's see. Where are you? Okay. Oh, I was looking for this, but it was the bait was actually hanging off another reel. Oh, the pain of being a YouTuber. Let's see. Now, we were talking about topwater a few minutes ago. Good old pearl melon, baby. This thing has caught a ton of fish up here. And then, where you at? Right here. That is a custom color, Spook Junior, also a 1-knocker. Not a custom color. They do a Lornet does a paint shop where they'll release different custom colors. Man, I really wish I had my small spoon rod. I really wish I had my small spoon rod because they are set up so well just off the bottom for a small spoon. Now, don't hate on me too bad. Mike, I'm gonna hand you that. Oh, hand me, swap me, I'm sorry. Hand me my swim bait rod and that new TFO swim bait. See the big swim bait right there? Hand me that and that new one. And I'm gonna put this on it. Yeah, 7.3 medium heavy. Both of them might be. So I didn't have time to change. 7.3 heavy. This is a option bass. I like that color. Brand new. I got some in the other day. And I am going to change this. This was the older swim bait. This was a Taction, and I'm probably going to fix that because I accidentally broke an eye off. Yeah, you can see that right there. So handy tip to all you freaks and geeks out there.
What's up, geeks?
What's up, brother? Hate that you're at work, but
getting to watch a good show.
That's right. Well, at least you're. I don't know if it's a good show. Mike might be giving me a little more credit than I deserve, but
I think it's kind of cool.
But I appreciate you watching. Hopefully, if you're having a bad or boring day, hopefully we're getting ready to catch a fish right up here. I don't know how fired up and stocked up they are. But if you want to know combos and stuff, just tell me. I'll tell you what I'm fishing with.
By the way, thank you for the advice you gave me a while back. Things have picked up Saber season.
Awesome. And Saber, let's talk again. Relatively soon, because
great video came out last.
Yeah, Mike has watched it. I'll admit I have not got to watch it yet. Of course,
you had that
podcast. I had a podcast yesterday, and I was getting StarLlink up, and I rolled out of bed at 4 a.m. and I went to bed at 12:40. It might have been more. It might have been closer to 1 a.m. It might have been after 1. I don't know. Anyway, just understand.
We grind.
Yeah, we grind. Mike, you want to show them? Do you guys give a hoo-ha about the StarLlink setup? If you do, say it, and I will show it to you. It is simple. Like, I can't believe how simple this was to install, to be used.
This guy asked, what's a good small spoon setup? 3/4 or 1 ounce spoon?
A good flipping rod is great for it. A good flipping rod. This right here is perfect. So this is 7'3". Now I like a longer. That's why I say a flipping rod. When I'm throwing a spoon, I like to be able to get it out there and make a long cast. And we're talking about flutter spoons, not jigging spoons. So casting spoons versus vertical spoons. So there's a little bit. Why don't you set that back there? We got some stuff for some videos today. Hey, who was it? Debo was asking me about deep crankbaits for starters. This is not for a starter. This is not, dude. He was saying fishing 12 foot deep. Your DT, if I was going to tell you to crank anything, there's a ton of great crankbaits out there for, and I was getting in that for a reason. Mike, do you remember what I did with my smell eye jelly? My smelly jelly. Yeah, okay, we're good. You know what? I'd rather do this anyway. I'm looking for the silver, which Works for me.
Too, was interested in the Saber and Gary for the StarLlink.
Oh, so you want to show them real quick while I?
Tell them that.
Well, it's basically. Yeah, that's the actual dish, you know, for lack of a better term.
Just run it into like your crank battery, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, no, it's actually run. So that thing is actually rated for, I think it's like 48 volts. So what I did is I went to Amazon. I bought that mount, which mounts to my back seat post. Yeah. And so that's where the back seat would normally be. And sorry, I'm doing 3 things at one time here, guys. Trying to get some baits out. Where's all my daggone? And then I bought that cable. That cable has an on-off switch. So what I did is I run it to my trolling motor batteries because I got a 36 volt system and I've got lithiums. Now, the big thing with the StarLlink is it is not happy if it drops below 12 volts. So it can run as high as, I think it was 48. So what I did is instead of plugging it to my crank battery, so I plugged it to my trolling motor batteries, which run at a 36. And I tested them yesterday, and fully charged, are running at about a 40 volt deal. So so that should keep them. And the good thing about lithiums, I run an ionic system. That's, you know, everything in my boat is ionic, and even right down to the charger. And so the thing about that is yeah, there we go. We are getting some minnows out, boys. I know some of you might hate the old minnow shaking, but I'm just gonna tell you, when they're stacked up like that, and I'll tell you, man, largemouth, they're hard to get the bottom minnow. You might get 1 or 2, but good luck with that. We are going to test out something a little bit different today, and I'm going to have to figure out what I did. It's probably in that pack. Now, where that pack is, that'll be an adventure. But I am going to test out something today, and that is, oh man, what'd I do? How'd I tear that?
Oh no, it's ripped off.
Huh. I'm sad.
Saber says, I don't hate anything if it catches me bass.
Exactly.
That's why I'm.
And that's why I'm always like, you know what? I'm out here for fun, boys.
Bubble gum, I got you.
Competition's one thing, but I'm out here for fun. And so I was going to test that, but somehow I've managed to rip it. I'll find that in a minute. I want to get up and go fishing. That is.
When you was tying that bait, that one asked what knot was that you tied?
That is a pitsing knot. You'll see it in almost every video that I fish because it's fast. It holds up well. I'm gonna take these off.
You gotta find a new niche.
Yeah, I do. I gotta find somewhere else.
Yeah, it's got a lot of space behind there. You probably get a drink.
Yeah. All right.
This guy, Joe, or Josh, Ryan said you're so organized. My boat looks. Hold on a second. So organized.
You set these 2 back there.
My boat looks like a backlash.
Dude.
He didn't see nothing.
Hold on. We're gonna have a boat.
Read that comment again.
An anti-boat organization off here.
Is that what he said?
My boat looks like a bass. Okay. All right, everybody. have your barf bags ready. Well, first off, let me just show you this. Okay. Secondly, here we go. Bam! Bam!
No organization.
I mean,
Pile on the right.
you know, that's my weight box. Hey, one thing you always got to have, your toilet paper. There's my big swim baits. And then, yeah, so, yeah.
But there is organization under the pile.
I mean, yeah. I kind of know what's to the left and what's to the right of the pile. So, shoo, Lord, as Jerry Clower would say. And that's real old. If y'all don't know who Jerry Clower is, look him up. It is not for the ears of children. I will tell you that. It is not.
Backlash from all the boat. That looks like a rainy day job to clean that up, Saber said. You're going to cause TJ81 to have anxiety attacks.
I want to bring TJ out on my boat just so he can see the beat up rods and reels and the disorganization. I'll have to give him some, what's the stuff, is it Prozac or something? What is it? for anxiety. I'll have to give him a bag to breathe into as he hyperventilates. That's right. All right, so Clower. So, can you come up here? I want to show you a little something. So, if you can get close enough to where there's no glare. Okay, if you guys look right here, this is shad right there. And so that's one of the first signs that there's a little ball of shad out, but that's one of the first signs to me that tells me that these shad are still spawning. And it's always a tough day when these shad are still spawning. So these bass were in tighter on this channel swing. Your point runs out there. You got a road bed up there. Your creek ledge is right there. And so what I think they do is set right there because current is flowing this way. It's a flood control lake, not a generation lake. So what current there is comes from the creek in the back to the dam most of the time, you know, other than wind current. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to stay in here fairly tight. I'm already starting to see them out here at about 110, and they're pretty deep. Right now I'm seeing them down at about 20, 25. Now there's some on top. Come on back up here, Mike, and I'll show you this too. There's some in that about 8-foot region. So you can see them right here, here. So they're still out there pretty far. Right there is a bunch. It looks like they might be busting. Now look, as we come in, as we slowly drift into them. There we go. Now those right there, they're up so high, they may be ready. And see how they're bunched up? So what I'm really gonna aim for are those in that group up there, those tight wad, because they're gonna be super competitive. All right, Hall, you better get back to the back. Yeah. And I'm gonna cast, man, they're up here high in the water column, high. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna work this bait intentionally slow because I want to draw them up, and I'm gonna stop. Here comes 2, 3. Here we go. We got one coming. stop. Come on, sweetheart. Don't be scared. Gosh, there's some big ones. I mean, those are big dots. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Gosh. That makes me hurt deep inside right there. You wanna know the worst thing about? Gosh, it makes me hurt. Makes me hurt when I see that. And those could be big smallmouth too. If they're big smallmouth, they seem to like that other bait a little bit better. Man alive. Gosh. There was a toad just come up. See, the problem is, I think what goes on is these bass have moved out here quick. Like where it's heated up, we were up here, what, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
So we were up here 2 weeks ago and the water temp was like maybe 70, 71.
It pushed to get 70 that day.
Oh, did it? So it was like 60, it's still in low, upper 60s.
Yeah.
And
well, maybe you're right, 70s.
It was either 68, 69, 70, we'll say 68 to 71. So they really hadn't pushed out here yet. They had not pushed out here yet at all. And so I'm always gonna start with some top water, man. You know, you got to. But they hadn't pushed out here. I mean, they weren't out here at all. And then all of a sudden, we are here today, and there's probably, if I'm seeing 50, there's probably 150 out here. And those were some good dots too that were following that bait. Come on, baby. I'm not watching my graph right now, so I don't really know. But thus far, and so what I'm saying is, what this is kind of telling me, these bass may have fed at night on those shad. I'm not seeing any shad out here away from the bank, or at least not a lot. So that also tells me that it may be, they may not be on a topwater bite yet, which tells me that, which I just cut, something else that I believe in. But Hydrowave, you got to fix this crap, man. Hydrowave, and apparently it's happening to a lot of people. This is fairly new, and there's moisture in it. I mean, I can barely see to cut it on, but I'm telling you, in schools like this, it does absolutely help. It absolutely helps. It'll get you 2 to 3 bites, in my opinion, that you wouldn't have got otherwise. Man, they're so ripe for a spoon. It makes me so mad. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna get my 2 swim baits out. Or, well, I've already got them out. I'm gonna pick them up. I'm also gonna throw a minnow in there to see what they're like. One of the things I hate to do is throw these moving baits. It's why a minnow works so well, is because when they are grouped up and they are competitive, even though I love to catch them on stuff like this, what ends up happening is it pulls them out, stretches them out, and you have to kind of give it a little bit for them to group back up. Guys, you all should love these live streams, because man, if there's one thing I love is to talk fishing. And I'd say Mike, when we're out fishing, because I'll just throw crap out there at random times, and do I give you a decent education, Mike? Okay, I was just wondering. I know he does brag to me every once in a while about how much he's learned, so that makes me really happy. Not that Mike don't know how to fish. All right, let's see. Now, I will say this. There are gizzard shad in this lake, and I know for a fact down this roadbed, they will spawn there. So even though I see them up high, some of your bigger bass may be down on that roadbed, and even with a live scope, it's hard to see them. So what I'll do is I'll make multiple casts. I'll throw out there and make a cast to where it's, let it sink to the bottom and get it moving, or I'll make casts and I'll come by those suspended bass. Suspended bass will feed down for spawning gizzard shad. So, and I'm already floated back up, which is another reason why I think they like this. I think that current comes around and kind of makes a big eddy right here. Because even with no wind, you'll notice a lot of times that you will slowly drift to that creek channel and to that point. And I think that's what makes it such a good feeding flat, is because the current comes across it, so they can ambush, they can stay low, come up and ambush, and then it brings the bait right back to them. So they'll stay against this creek channel ledge right here. And like I said, I don't know if we're gonna catch any, man. These fish, I mean, I know it don't look like it, but once everybody knows that they're out here, which is kind of why I hate doing this, because if they ain't just right yet, there'll be a lot of people come out here and start fishing for them. And I try to get the fun out of them because I put the work in, you know what I'm saying? Again, I don't mind for people coming and catching bass, but heck, give me a day or two. So I want to go full time. And anytime you're ledge fishing, the longest cast you can make is the best cast you can make. So I'm gonna let that drop to the bottom. All right, looks like it's there. I'm just gonna give it a little pop. And I'm just gonna slow roll. Because there's some good fish down on the bottom too. This is very old school. The one thing that I can tell you about this is do not swing if they just nip it. Do not swing. Man, there's some good fish out here. And what I'll do is I'll just fan cast this. And sometimes I don't know what the deal is, but that underspin will fire them up. So this time I'm only going to sink a little bit. We're going to bring it through the middle of the water column to see if any of the Suspenders won't play. Oh, I got one trailing right now. Come on, eat it. And sometimes when you're doing this, look, I know a lot of the pros will be like, don't look away. But if you're fishing moving baits, look away. Because if they charge it, sometimes it's like a buzz bait first thing in the morning. Uh-oh. There was a topwater bite. I don't know where that was. Do you see that, Mike? Oh, hit it. Come on. And a lot of times they'll hit it right here at the boat. And the only option you have if they do that is to, I got to put some smell good on it. So normally I use smelly jelly, but right now I can't find it. This is still really good. This is called jar jelly, and it's actually infused with, again, guys, I'm not sponsored by this company. How many we got watching now, Mike?
25. Josh Ryan said, I hate it when it's a school full of stalkers just following everything.
Preach, Josh, preach, bro. You know, everybody thinks, hey, you know what this live stream be good for right now? To show everybody that these bass don't just jump in the boat when you're on there. Because I'm going to show you how many there are. I'm going to get Mike to walk up here in just a second, and I'll show you on a cast. I don't want to have Mike up there with treble hooks when I'm casting, but single hook if he stands right there near me. And I appreciate you, Mike. I really do.
Joey said, jumping in to say good morning. Catch him, bud.
Is that my guy, Joey Madden?
TR.
Yeah, that's my guy. Hey, Joey will tell you, you don't just catch them. You don't just catch them. You don't just catch them. Yeah. Let me get spun back around. And you'll notice I'm taking it real nice and easy because I don't want to spook these fish. Oh, should I throw? You know what? Okay. I didn't get my underspin. Now this is a ledge head. This is a Ramsey Baits. Heck far. Guys, one thing I will tell you, my live streams, if you got kids, young kids, whatever you as a parent deem, we might put parental warnings on there, but whatever you might deem too young to hear curse words, something you don't know about me, and look, I'm not proud about this, and please don't judge me. I cuss like a sailor. So, you know, most of the time, if anybody knows who Gary Vee is, I make him look like a saint. So, yeah. Me and Gary Vee in a room together, we may get arrested. Mike cusses at me all the time for cussing, though. Don't let him think.
All I do is holler, hey, PG-13, PG-13, we're filming.
You don't believe the dialogue. It's got to be cut out. This good dialogue. Oh, gosh, Mike. Yeah, I about messed it up, didn't I? Looks like there's some good fish in that tree right there. I'm going to get over here a little tighter this bank. Maybe contour. Oh. We ain't seeing the cicadas. Right there's one. That we literally, the last time we were up here, like I don't hear them as bad this time either. The cicadas were on the water like crazy. We seen carp. I mean like carp this big. Come up, roll, and go suck in cicada. I've never seen a carp hit topwater until that day. But boys and girls, if any girls are watching, they're actually out this way a little bit. Ugh, it's the only thing, getting that stuff on your hands. They're spread out through the water column. So what ends up happening where this lake doesn't have a lot of current in it is that as it gets hotter, as we get into the dog days of summer, it forms a thermocline. And this is something for you pond anglers. Man, I stress this so very much. But for you pond anglers, you so need to know this. Because if your pond doesn't have grass in it, or it doesn't have a lot of grass in it, and it doesn't have a lot of current flow, not a lot of water running in, or not a lot of water, or a fountain, for example, there is going to be a thermocline form as you get to as you get into the summer. And you're going to want to fish small, baits on the bottom. And everybody in the past has told you pond guys, yeah, go Lord, I can't even talk, man. Sorry, I get so keyed in on what I'm thinking and what I'm doing here. But they get so keyed in and they tell you, go fish the deepest part of the pond. Pay attention. If you're catching those bass up shallow around the edges, there's probably some big ones suspended over those deep holes or in those areas, because the water, oh, don't swing until you feel the weight of the fish. Oh, I hate it when I do that. Now I'm fishing, so I've made 2 casts, one on the bottom, one on the middle of the water column. Got a bite right at the boat. Isn't unusual. Now I'm fishing it. This is a 1/2 ounce, and I'm fishing it. That was a pretty red bird. And I'm fishing it higher in the water column. I'll make a few casts doing this. Man. And when you're out ledge fishing, something that you'll learn real quick is I'm trying not to spend too much time on this right here. And one of the reasons being is that this school may not be active. And that school we passed down the lake may be active. And if I sit here and waste too much time this morning, I may miss my bite window down there. So we've had 1 bite here. We've had no real topwater followers. We've already made, I don't know, how many casts would you think, Mike? 10, 12? We're going right through the gist of them right there. They literally ignored it. Literally ignored it.
I like that.
Huh?
I like the other hoe better. Sometimes they'll go with other before.
Well, again, I was telling you all earlier in the live stream, what will happen a lot is that this little lake acts like a creek arm in most lakes. So they're going to come up through here and they're going to spawn way up in here, because it goes way, we're probably not even halfway back. They'll spawn and then they'll start migrating back down. And this is what I call spot 1, because it's generally the first stop that they make. And I just got to make 2 more topwater casts. But generally, this is the first stop that they'll make. And then some of them will stay here forever and a day. And the others, see, they're just so spread out already. There's a group of them right there. I gotta throw a minnow in there though. I don't even know why I picked up a topwater. Don't even know why I picked up a topwater. Forgive me, boys. I know you probably ain't. Oh, no, 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 no. Going with the 1/4 ounce Strike King. Just a good little clear water color. I do like an eco rig. Maybe not right now because they are suspended over 28 to 30. So they're suspended in 28 to 30, but they are see it. Come on, turn on it. There you go. Okay, we're gonna drop right down here to you, big fat looking buddy. Oh, okay. We're just gonna miss you completely then. Yeah, I'm gonna make another cast or two, but I mean they ain't even reacting to that. And you know, that's nuts. Oh, come on. I missed them completely. Dang, man. Really? I will say this, may have the wrong size on too. These bass really like a little bit bigger bait when it comes to these minnows. You know, a lot of people throw those 3-inch. Come on, see it, Bubba. And eat that. Come on. And you got to remember, if those shad are spawning, those bigger baits will sometime work. But we might make that change here in a minute. For now, we're going to pull and we're going to go back to that other spot. Oh, boat carpet sweat about slipped. Michael loved me. Uh-oh. Oh man, I got stuff everywhere. All right, geeks. 32 people. Crazy. See them right there? See them? They ain't playing nice though. They being dirty carp. That's what they're doing. They're being dirty. See, look, got some more right there. Got a whole bunch over here. Got a bunch right there. Whole bunch right there. This thing, no. I do, man, and that's, you know what, I mean, that's just who I am. When I'm fishing, my brain is thinking about that, not talking to you guys. And I'm trying to talk to you guys. I mean, how many guys that are out on the water, you know, I mean, most of the live streams I've seen guys doing on the water, they don't talk at all. I mean, they just stand there. So, I mean, at least I'm giving you some tidbits of information, and I get it, no offense, blah, 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 whatever. But most live streams from guys I've watched, they just stand on the front and fish, and they might say something every once in a while. I'm at least trying to give you the information. And you know, hey, look, I'm not going to put it all in. I mean, we've been on here for 80 minutes, and we're closing, you know, in on an hour and a half. So, I mean, keep watching. I mean, I know sometimes you can't, you're working, but, you know, it is what it is. I'm just trying to give you a play-by-play of what's happening, but I get it. Listen, I'm real bad. My editor makes me look real good. Look, we don't put jump cuts in. What? Oh, they're banging. That's all right. That's what we want to see. My editor makes me look real good. We don't put them jump cuts in because I can hold a thought for very long. I'm a rabbit hole chasing SOB. So, unless I've got a fully on script wrote out, which I hate doing because you can sound really robotic, I just read off 2 or 3 things. I know, and I'm not trying to give the guy heck. I don't, y'all don't either, and I appreciate all the positivity. I hope. Let me know. I mean, are you guys? And again, I know Mike. I mean, he was just bitching at me yesterday because I was like, "Do you know where, Mike? Do you know where, Mike? Do you know where?" And you know, because my mind is going 5 different ways. I'm running scenarios in my head, and you know, Mike's like, "What the hell is it you want?" So, you know, I mean, don't be, you know, that's just me, guys. I mean, that's just me. I'm always running. I guess that's kind of the computer geek in me, because like my mind is always going, okay, if this does this, and this does this, and this does this, and this does this, well, what about this, and what about this, and this, and this, and this, and this? What about this bait, and I need this, and these fish are doing this, well, now they're spread out. And so my mind, before it is coming out of my mouth, it is 3 steps, 4 steps, 5 steps ahead of what I'm saying. Because I learned a long time ago, don't ever let your mouth you know, outrun your thoughts. So sometimes it can come out a little broke, but I'd rather keep my mouth in check than just let it fly off, and that's just kind of how I am. So, you know, we got some guys out here fishing. Hopefully they're having a good time. Y'all catching them? Well, same here. I'm hoping we're gonna maybe catch a few. Are y'all going that way, or? Okay, you mind? I may swing around and fish right through here. Thank you. If I'm in your way, just throw a rock at me. And always be polite and ask. Don't pull up on people. So, Chris Aldane, you heard me? Chris Aldane? Brian equals Usain Bolt. Mouth equals Forrest Gump. I mean, don't get me wrong. Sometimes I can run off at the mouth with the best of them. Hey, we're all human, man. That's all we are. But man, I hope I catch one right here. I have had some good days on this spot. I do have my underspin. I'm hoping they're gonna hit a topwater. I'm kind of scared, really. Like I hate throwing those moving baits because it will pull them off a lot of times. So we'll see. We'll see. Hey, I'll show you something. Look. I always jokingly say, yeah, I know. People are going to know exactly where this is. We call that Skull Head Rock right there. You know, it's kind of partially underwater. It's not a great shot of it, but that is Skull Head Rock. All right. Precious memories. I agree. As Alan Jackson would say. Hey, Mr. Jackson, has he left us?
No, he's still.
Well, who am I thinking of? That's sad. No, who was the guy? Toby Keith. He owned, he bought, man, I didn't get his. He owned, guys, what was it he owned? It's an older company. Strike, something, Lucky Strike? Lucky Strike. Saber, I appreciate you. Easy now, easy. You mean, Saber, my friendship ain't good enough? Them foxtails are good. I got some. If you want to throw wild colors, a pond is the place to do it for sure. Because a lot of times it's going to be dirtier water, darker water. I ain't seeing a lot right here. Uh-oh, did you see that up there? Hey, guys, tell him. I got him a mic back there. There's 2 mics in this kit. Well, I just figured that'd help a little. Uh-oh. Yeah. Ooh. That's why I don't turkey hunt. I suck at it. I have a horrible shot. That's true. That's why I'm trying to talk so daggone much and I'm not holding thoughts, is because Mike won't talk at all. That's true. I mean, I can't ask too much of him. He's doing a. So what I'm doing right now, there's a couple of guys in some boat, in a John boat up there, 3 gentlemen, and I'm just giving them time to move on up the lake. Looks like they're doing some bluegill fishing, some bobber fishing. And so we're just fishing a few little lay downs right here. And, well, okay, there it goes. Finally started walking. Man, they're being so stingy right now. I'm telling you, geeks. We still may be a minute or 2 away. If they're still feeding on these shad and these bluegill at night, because these shad, this is one of those lakes. It's so clear. Like, Mike, I don't know if you could show them that. I don't know if it'll show up, but like, I can see the tree limbs, and I'm 33 feet deep, and I know those are at least probably 8 or 10 feet under the water there. So
Says it would help if we could hear me a little better when he's reading comments, or if you ask Brad, or I can what he says to provide context to your
well, yeah, that's true. Maybe during live streams, Mike.
He's bang fishing at the PetSmart aquarium.
listen, I take it anywhere I can go to catch, cause yeah, listen, that's one thing y'all learned about me. I'm a butt crack of dawn angler. Well, because
we're waiting for the lights.
yeah, we're trying to get to the first hole before safe light, and because most of the time by 12, like we've got 3 videos we got to film today, so that we got content because I got us behind, so we got to film some videos, so I get to fish maybe few hours in the morning, and then it's talking about fishing the rest of the day, which I don't mind because I'm doing videos to help you guys and talk to you guys about baits that I like to fish. But by the way, Snappy Crappy video was a good one, so it's coming out. Man, they're deeper right now. There's a stick up out here. Let's see, Mr. Hall, let's see. Give me 3 steps. Oh, I better not do that.
Said he's interested in Snappy Crappy video.
That is, if they are on the beds, the bluegill, that is a bait you need to throw. We were on South Holston, I'll tell you what lake that was the other day. And I mean to tell you, it was on. And what I'm looking for right there, if you notice me looking around, is my normal lineup. I think it's that tree right there. Because there was a carp, but you'll see the creek channel comes down through here and runs into the bank about right there. The edge of it is over there. So it'll wash off, that stump sits right out there, and it'll wash off this this area. So there's a hard bottom right there, and they'll line up down through there, and it comes up on a flat and then a little bit of a bluff, rock bluff up. On this side, there's a road bed that comes right down through here, and it goes right around this, and sometimes they'll sit right off the edge of that road bed too. There's a little bit of a brush pile out there. Now that's how well I know this lake, and like I know this lake not from live scope, like I'm not kidding you. I learned where a lot of this stuff was from Carolina Rig, Texas Rig swim baits, and Flasher. So, and coming out here and just beating the water to death. So, boys, you can do it. It just takes time. It just takes time. And I've only been doing this for about 40 years, because I'm 51. Gosh, man, they just ain't having it. I mean, that was a onesie, as I call them, onesies, twosies. Largemouth are so much easier when you can find them up. Smallmouth are a little bit different. Spots are a little bit different. I mean, it's the same. These guys over here probably think I'm an idiot. I tell you, I might be a little bit better at this than I thought. A turkey might be coming toward us. I swear I think he's coming around the corner up there. But I was out here one night. We was night fishing out here way back in the day. Had one of my buddies with me. Shout out Adam Taylor. And man, he could do an owl. And I mean, he can do an owl. Golly, at these fish coming up off the bottom, right underneath me. How dare they? They're coming up to look at that stupid hydro wave. That's something that you'll get a lot. But man, yeah, I think it's this tree. We were out here and we were up the lake, and man, there was an owl just giving it. And man, he started doing it, and that thing, you could tell it was getting mad. I told him, I said, dude, the wind's gonna blow me right into this. Well, hey, Lowbrow, if you just seen this, this is a test. It was totally unplanned. Yes, okay. I think we lost connection for a minute because you can see, I mean, it was pointing that way. We kind of had to spin it around so that it was pointing back at the sky. So that's a good lesson. We appreciate you guys hanging in there. All right, let's see if I can catch one of these fish. Gosh, dude, these are giants. And I mean, they came at that like they were on fire. Why didn't they eat it? I gotta get a loop out of this.
Jimmy said, awesome. I had to refresh my page to get it back, so if you're still frozen, you might need to refresh the page.
I might. Gosh almighty. I wonder if they are. These are kind of my go-to baits that I'm throwing right now, but I noticed that they were moving pretty quick. So there's two things you can always do when it comes to lethargic bass to get a reaction. You can go bigger or you can go faster. And I very quickly noticed that when this underspin hit the water, there were some very big bass that came in a hurry. And then as I started reeling it, they kind of turned away. Or I mean, as I started reeling it fast, there were several of them that kind of went nuts. So maybe, gosh, I don't know, man, even that snappy crappy, but it's so, this is what drives me crazy, because if they get a look at okay. I'm thinking maybe throwing my big hair jig out there, but again, I'm not seeing a whole lot on the bottom. But a lot of times what'll happen again, if they think that there's gizzard shad down there, they might very well go kill it. Where Where you at, Wing Fluke, when I need you?
LBS says, hey, BassGeek, what's a rod I can use for a Texas rig? You know a good rod on it.
Oh yeah, man. How much money are you willing to spend? A numero uno. Because, I mean, and to be honest with you, there's a bunch of really good rods out there. Man, I've got to get some organization to this crap.
Dig deep into the pile.
So very true right now. So very, very true, Saber. Right here might do it. Is that's a 5/8. I wonder what I have on, because you know, what else sucks is I know I don't have my box of hair jigs, and if that's not a 1 ounce, it's not going to do what I want it to do. Okay, we got a few options here. First off, we're going to go with the old Dymeika. What's beeping at me? So, this is the this bait right here. And something hits top water right behind me. It was dink, but, you know, still don't make you feel happy about yourself deep inside. But this is the Dymeika armor shad. This is the 5-inch. So we're going to see if just shaking the pee out of this will get us a bite. So for me, throwing a Texas rig, there's going to be two types of rods. If I'm throwing a Texas rig around structure, I don't need anything real heavy. And what I mean by structure, if it's just rock, sand, bottoms, you know, and I mean, the weight is going to matter too. I'm going to go with a medium heavy, probably for both. Honestly, for both. I'm going to go with a medium heavy rod. You should check out the TFO Professionals. Yeah, I think it was a bluegill over there. Gosh almighty, I have just totally. This will catch one fish. I have screwed it up. Being in a hurry. But, probably, and that's probably going to be likewise. Like if you want to throw it on a spinning reel, probably a medium heavy, something with a good tip to it. You know, I wouldn't go moderate, but you know, fast action at least 7 foot. If I'm throwing into a lot of brush piles, I like a little bit longer, maybe a 7.3. And if I am throwing into a lot of brush and laydowns, that's probably when I'm going to go. I'm still a lot of times going to go with a medium heavy on a bait caster. And for any of those, I'm going to go the fastest reel speed that I can get. If I'm throwing into a lot of grass, I'm going to bring that reel speed down just a little bit. But depending on how much, if you want a good budget, I think the TFO Professional, I think it's $130-ish. Good looking rod too. They just redesigned them last year. I think the Cash and Element series is another one to look into. And the Douglas Era. And the Fitzgerald Versa. Uh, on those, I lean a little more toward the TFO and the Cashin because they're a little stiffer rods uh, than the medium heavy fasts, maybe in the Fitzgerald or the who was it? Douglas. Uh, Even I say that, and one of my casting jig rods is a Douglas, so I like it, but it's a heavy, but I can cast it a mile. So let me get up here and shake a meter.
Jack Branson said, "Hey, Geek."
What's up, Yak? Where you out of, Yak? You've told me this once, but I don't know. Seeing a lot of fish, we ain't getting bites. I thought we was gonna have one hit a topwater just a minute ago. There was about 3 or 4. Thought we was gonna have one hit a. I haven't thrown my big swim bait yet. I'm telling you, if I had a spoon today, it is early in the year when they first move out. Spoon, people, spoon. And I ain't talking about each other. I mean, yeah, do that too, I guess. Spread love. But yeah.
He said he's from Kentucky, south of Louisville.
Oh, that's cool. My son used to live up around Louisville somewhere, maybe south of Louisville. I don't remember where. But he's back down here in the mountain again. Hard to get away from this place. It's like a big black hole. It just sucks you right back in. Yeah, one of these days, if I get to do this full time, that is one of the things I really want to do is, me and Mike are, talking about setups, tents and stuff to where we can take about a week every month of the year or every other month and just pick a place and just go and just make content on that lake, whether it be a small lake or a big lake. I really want to highlight some of the smaller lakes that that are great fishing that you don't see the tournament anglers and that sort of stuff really talk about a lot. Come on, biggin, see me. Y'all doing any good? You just fishing for anything? There's a ton out here, but they ain't. I thought I was gonna get one on the top water, thought I was gonna get one on an underspin. They are not cooperating. But we'll see. Oh, look at me. There's what you get when you're too excited. Woo, there's a bunch right there. Gosh. Wow. Wow. As my grandson would say. As my grandson would say. And here's the part of live scope I absolutely hate. I hate it. I mean, I guarantee there's I mean, there's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. God, I can't even tell how many's in that group. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. There's another huge group right there. This little bit of this wind may help us out. But yeah, just, oh my God, what a group right there. I don't want to be so far away from them. Come on, one of you hit it. They're legitimately running from the bait. They're like, no, no, I'm chasing them to the bottom right now. So if you're not going to eat it, at least I'm going to chase you around, make you fear for your life. All right, well, I'm going to back up and throw my swimmy bait, and then we're going to call it a day. I might fish a little bit more, but I know it's time to clean the boat out. It's time to get the summer gear in, get everything else out. Now, I will say this, when you get a little bit of chop on the water like this is when I like to change over to those snub nose topwater baits, because they're gonna make a little more racket, a little more spit. So I'm gonna throw that prank out here one more time if I can get lined up with a good bunch of them, because they did seem to want to chase, and I threw in, and those ones really came after, and I can crank that prank. So this water's so clear, dude, that they're just so picky. Somebody brought up a clear spook. You are probably very right now. It's probably one of the mistakes I'm making thus far. That, or I'll tell you something that I wore them out on last year was the Yozuri crystal shad. Was that the name of the color? Yeah, I don't even know if that's in the boat. I think it's in my top water. I think it's got a permanent place in my top water. But like I said, today I'm just kind of trying to force feed them. So.
Clear audio and video. Yeah, I just trying to figure out what lake you're in.
I'm not in Tennessee. I'll give you that much. I won't tell you what lake I'm on right here, because it is such a small lake that I don't want to tell that many people. You know, I mean, it is a great lake, and it's only going to get better as it gets warmer, because they'll bunch up. They'll be, this is just the beginning. There'll be more and more once the shad spawn is done, and those shad move really off, and those shad fry hatch. You can come up here some days and it's just stupid. It's just stupid, is it not? Oh, yeah. Mike said yes. I'm sorry, I keep forgetting that y'all cannot hear Mr. Mike. Now this is a TFO Resolve 7-foot medium fast. I may swap this out because I like to throw my poppers on it, but this is an SLX DC. I really like the SLX DCs. I've actually heard several people tell me that to not buy the, what's the step up, guys? I can't remember. From the, on the DC side, it's the, and to go with the DC, because it is a better reel. Now what I'm doing right now is I'm spitting this bait, trying to get these basses' attention. And I'll just give it a few cranks. Corrado, yes.
Them dog fishers that had trouble getting them going last week too. Just a heads up, though, time to get to the other mountain.
Is it really? Really? Oh, Flim Dog, I know who you are now. I get it. Come on, baby. Is it already time to get up there? Oh, that's pretty wild. Boy, they are not chasing. I mean, they are not. Not on top, anyway. Come on. Come on. Wow. Okay. Now we're going to throw the swim bait. I seen them go down to the bottom, which, again, what gets this lake going where it's a non generation lake, like they don't generate as flood control, so it's what water comes in is what water comes out once they raise it for summer pool, is the topwater bite kind of coincides with two things happening. The shad fry will hatch and pull out. The big shad will pull out and get into major schools, and they'll be out over the creek channels. What happens then is as it gets hotter, these deeper fish, which I know I should be fishing on bottom right now. I know I should be. I'm chasing bass up high, but I should be fishing down low, and I know this. I know this over years of fishing, and I'm really letting, you know how they say your eyes are bigger than your stomach? I mean, that's obviously not the case in my case, but it's kind of that way with fishing. Like, it's what I should be fishing for is around these fish that are up shallow or up suspended up, because they're over 25 to 35 foot of water. But what I should be fishing for is the ones that are down below. Why did my my live scope just rebooted or totally shut down? Did we not charge last night? Well, the live scope is gone. Well, we're definitely fishing old school now. The way I used to fish this. So let's see. Flip over, you should be able to flip over and that still go, and go to that ionic.
I've still got it in my phone, but it won't bring nothing up.
Oh, that's a good fish. I was dragging him. What did I just tell you? Fish the bottom. Threw my lucky swim bait. He ain't as good as I thought. Watch out, Mike. Because I'm not going to give him a chance to throw this bait. When they're deep, they feel a little bigger than they really are. And look, I mean, we barely had him. All right, now I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna put him in a live well, but the only reason I'm putting him in a live well, don't worry, it's treated, aeration going, is because if we do have a school out here, we're gonna let him go right after, but we don't want to, if we finally got him fired up, we won't want to put him in there and let him spook. So we're gonna let him go, but we're gonna put him in a live well right now. Because now I'm gonna back off and see if we can't catch another. Haha, no live scope.
That's what that one guy said, old school fish.
Yeah, but we got it here. Let me have that. All right, guys. Hopefully, if I lose you, click. Or they'll be on for you know, I can get about 2.5 days, maybe 3 full days. Like if we're talking just 8 hours, I can get 3 days out of my cranks and my. So, shout out to Ionic. And again, I don't mean this as a commercial, but for anybody that's interested in that, I do have a 10% off. It's one of the biggest. But for now, because see that? We are going to go ahead and get off here. Hey, we caught a fish. We tested the deal. Y'all tell me down in the comments if you didn't watch it already. What do you think about this? This is the first time I've ever really done this. So, yeah, man, just give me your opinions. Tell me what I can do better. Like I said, I didn't want to beat the guy up. I'm going to be me on these lives. I mean, that's just, I can't be anything else. If I drive you crazy the way I talk, then I'm sorry and I apologize, but just who I am. Wait till I'm out here drinking. Oh, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. All right. You guys tell me what you think about it, pretty please. I don't even know if you're still on here. Yeah, old school bite, man. See you, Saber, Flim Dog. Yeah, that was old school. That was pretty neat. But Flim Dog knows I know this lake pretty well. So, all right, anyway. Love you geeks, man. I appreciate y'all hanging out. Hey, Maffa, baby. Hashtag Maffa. Make fishing fun again. You know, let's block out all the negatives, all the naysayers, all the hate. Let's just have a good time. Catch bass. Hey, oh, one big thing, man. They started a new thing. It is a community. It is a community tab. If you go to the BassGeek YouTube homepage, there's a section that goes to Go Community. You guys can post, and what I want you to do is go post your best fish pick. Don't have to be your biggest. Hey, post your smallest. I love that we get, it's like a BassGeek Facebook page. So it's really cool. Go post something. It is getting ready to rain. We're probably going to put stuff up. All right, we're going to let this one go, and then we're probably going to go try to film some videos. Yeah, I hear the wind blowing. Okay, love you geeks. Go do that, man. Be part of that. I love that because that's going to really be cool that you guys can post, I can post, and we can share things together and help each other catch more fish. All right, love you geeks. You geeks rock.